I'm going to make this lamb stew today on the bone. Well, it's actually fall off the bone now. It's delicious. Lots of lovely sort of aromatics in there: cinnamon, cardamom, cloves, black pepper, and much, much more. And as you can see, a lovely selection of vegetables. It does take a while, but it's worth it. Welcome back to How to Cook Great. Okay, so I've got my meat there. I've got some lamb. There's bone in there. There's a little bit of fat. There's about 3 pounds, or like 1.5 kg. Cut fairly chunky. We're going to get that going first because it needs to get really tender. Okay, so I've got some oil in there. I've got a little bit of olive oil. You can use a different oil if you want, no problem. Medium heat. Let's get all our meats in there. Like I say, nice and sort of chunky cut. There's some bones and a little bit of fat, which is, I think, essential. It really, really will bring a lot of flavour to the dish. Now, I'm doing this in a kind of shallow pan here, so you can see it really well, but you can do it in a sort of tall pan if you want. Medium heat, about 6 or 7 minutes. We're going to be flipping it over, get a bit of colour on it. So our lamb is cooking away there. Let's just take a look at some spices here. I've got a teaspoon of cumin seeds, about the same of peppercorns, 4 green cardamom, 4 or 5 cloves, couple of bay, and a nice stick of cinnamon. So we've got a nice little bit of colour happening on the meat. I mean, there's a long way to go yet. What we're going to do now is we're going to add some salt, some ground black pepper. We're going to pop in those spices that we just looked at. So let's just take another look. We're going to go cinnamon, bay, cloves, cumin, green cardamom, and black peppercorns. And then I'm going to add 2 cups of onion. There's 1 cup. 2 cups onion. And then I've got some chopped garlic here, about a tablespoon. And we're going to go again for about another 5 or 6 minutes. Now, don't have the heat up too high because we really want to get this meat nice and tender. So it's a bit of a slow process, this one, but it's really going to be worth it. Looking fabulous. Okay, I've got 1 teaspoon of turmeric and 2 teaspoons of cumin powder there. Just going to give that a little rough mix. And then we're going to add some liquid. I'm going to be using some stock. You could just use water if you want, but I've got some chicken stock, vegetable stock, beef stock, up to you. I've actually got chicken stock I'm using today. And we're just going to grab that and pour that in. There's about a pint there. What we're going to do is get the heat now just above a simmer, not simmer, just a little bit above. Get a lid on that, and I want that to go for about 15 to 20 minutes. Okay, let's jump in and take a look, shall we? Get some steam out of there for you. This is coming together really nicely now. But very simply, we're going to add in about 3 or 4 cups of tomatoes. I've basically used 3 decent sized tomatoes like that. Chunky cut, little mix, and we're going to go again. So stay on a nice kind of low heat, not a simmer, but just above. And let's go again for about another 10 or 15 minutes. We want those tomatoes to really break down. Time to jump in again. Some steam out of there. And you can see that the tomatoes have broken down really nicely. They're going to break down further as well. We're now going to add in 135 grams of tomato paste, which is one of those kind of very small little kind of Tetra Pak things, you know. So we're going to get that in there, little mix. We're also now going to be adding some carrots and some chickpeas. Now, I've used my chickpeas from a can. If you're going to use them from a can like me, give them a nice wash in some cold water. Here they are. and roughly the same amount of carrots, and you might be able to see just there, look, nice and chunky cuts, really chunky. I didn't even peel these ones. They look quite nice. I just give them a little wash. Okay, so again, staying on this nice low heat. We're going to go again for another 15 minutes. We're going to be building this and building this up, and already we've done a splendid job. And again, let's get in there and take a look. Nice low heat. It's coming along beautifully. We're now going to add in some eggplant. And potatoes, all cut kind of roughly the same, all kind of fairly chunky. One more mix. Another 10 to 12 minutes maybe. We'll come back and take a look then. But this is building up to be a bit of an epic, fantastic stuff. Okay, I'm going to turn the heat off now. There's still a couple more ingredients to go in. Let's take a look. That's looking really lovely, isn't it? So the potatoes are nice and soft now. Now I've got a cup of bell peppers. I'm just using green. Again, cut fairly chunky, and I don't want to cook them. I'm just going to put the lid back on. Half a cup cilantro or coriander, or you could use parsley maybe. In that goes. A little mix, and I'm just going to pop the lid on for 2 minutes with the heat off. I mean, you can cook your bell peppers if you want. I just like to have a nice sort of crunch on them. Check that for salt. I'm going to be good. And that is absolutely beautiful. And there you go, steaming hot. It does take a while, that one, but it really is good. It's delicious. Change the vegetables if you want, but I like that little combo. I hope you enjoy that. Keep safe, keep well, and I'll see you very soon. Lots of love. Thank you so much for stopping by and making it to the end of the videos. If you would like to donate to me, there's a thanks button in most countries. You can give me $2 or up to $50. I need to buy a new Ferrari. Come on, help me out.